Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
$7:31 is your time, almost 7:32. We're running just a little bit late. Lots of local news this morning. Real nice morning out there. Partly cloudy skies. Temperatures warm overnight. Soon they'll be shipping those potatoes and onion sets.
There you go.
Because they can do it. Because we, as we mentioned yesterday, have had some very cold nights, but last night, very nice. Walk out without a jacket even. It's pretty cool. Plus, no scraping of the windows. But I know you don't have to do that because you have a double-sized garage with electric doors. Some of our guests today, Designs of Distinction, Fox Theater, and I'll be going to Varney Health Mart this morning. I'll probably be getting together with Julie and taking a look around the store and see what they have for gift ideas going into Easter and graduation time and not far from Mother's Day and then Father's Day and then the fair.
Yes. Yeah, I'll be here before you know it, won't it?
Yeah, sure will. Well, I've been thinking a little bit about the show yesterday and about the story about bringing back an ancient wolf that was extinct, like 20-some thousand. I don't know.
I thought you said 13,000.
Was it 13,000? It was
know.
a lot.
Yes,
a lot
many
of years ago. And then the fact that we could have guests in, if they could, what they did with the wolf is they found a tooth and they used the DNA to, basically create a wolf of that design. Kind of crossed it with a gray wolf, and I suppose as time goes along, they could keep breeding and breeding until you got closer to the original wolf. I don't know if breeding's the word, doing something in a dish. I don't know how it works. But we got to talking about, maybe having George Washington, if they could find his DNA and some historic figures. But I was thinking about it overnight, as you kind of lay in bed and roll over and all of a sudden you don't sleep and you're thinking about different things. And thinking, well, okay, George Washington would be here. He looked like George Washington. You could dress him up like George Washington. You could make sure he had wooden teeth. Excuse me. But would he have the memories? He wouldn't be able to really talk about cutting down the cherry tree, or did he not? Because he would just be a thing. He really wouldn't have the memories of being the first president of the United States and leading us into our independence and, practically starving to death over the winter back in those heroic times. Wouldn't be able to remember that. I don't think. Now, what if then, if the DNA gave him a brain that he could remember?
Wow.
Those things. Now, a lot of us would like to just refresh our DNA so we could remember.
Yeah, correct.
What was your name again?
Yeah.
Your face looks familiar.
My wife's going, maybe Brent could remember to get that half gallon of milk that I told him to get.
Yeah.
Before he came home from work.
When you walk in the door, did you remember the milk?
Yeah, did you get the milk?
God.
I forgot about that.
I wish my
Sorry.
DNA was fresher.
Go pick up that pound of hamburger for supper tonight? Oh, sorry for that.
School lunch menus today at Litchfield. They're featuring tacos. Good morning, Cadence.
We got to see her and some of her classmates yesterday. They came out.
Out here?
Say hi. They were kind of looking for you.
Oh,
but,
darn it.
Jeremy kind of took care of things and spoke on your behalf, I believe.
Oh,
gosh. But it was great to see her. Yeah, and I think we might be seeing more of her this summer.
Boy, I hope so.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the same around here without Cadence in the summertime.
Yeah, she's become part of the radio family.
She sure has. And very talented young lady.
Gothenburg Public Schools today. It's Beef Week, it says. So Some of the things here show grilled cheese pizzini, chicken nuggets with dinner roll, make it fresh salad bar, fresh baked Italian turkey sub, made fresh pepperoni pizza. Just some of the things that are on the menu at Gothenburg today.
They're living large there. Arnold, spaghetti and breadsticks. That sounds good, too.
Sandhill School in Dunning today. Walking tacos at Sandhills.
Ansley Schools, scalloped potatoes, ham, and carrots.
Anselmo Myrna today. Grilled cheese pizzini, chicken nuggets with dinner roll, and uncrustable cheese and cracker platter at Anselmo Myrna.
Thedford Schools, hamburger patty in brown gravy.
Broken Bow today. Grilled cheese pizzini, chicken nuggets with dinner roll, fresh baked combo sub. Grill Station combo at Broken Bow today. Spicy chicken sandwich basket. And today they have the My Way Wing Station with breadstick at Broken Bow.
At Sargent, lasagna or chicken Alfredo. Green beans, fruit cup, dinner roll, and milk at Sargent.
Callaway today runs casserole at Callaway School.
Prairie Pioneer Center featuring open face hot beef sandwich, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, and fruit. Phone number there is 872-6121. If you haven't been before, call them and let them know you'd like to come and have a meal. Or you can also set up home delivery at that same number.
Cozad today, chicken patties, roast turkey with mashed potatoes and gravy, or the pizza bar. Some of your choices at Cozad today.
Yikes!
Oh, yikes.
What's for Wednesday?
Oh, man, yeah.
Everybody's wondering, what's for Wednesday at Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique on the south side of the square? This is, we repeat, this is the absolute last time you're going to be hearing about winter clearance. But it does continue through this weekend, and if you haven't had a chance to get in, the unbelievable sale of winter fashion items continues. All winter items are, all winter items are buy two pieces of sale price merchandise already 75% off and receive a third piece free.
That's a deal.
My goodness. It's worth a look. Stop in, take a look. Also, check out their new spring fashions. They have new purses, jewelry, and lots of Easter basket fillers. Specialty jellies and mixes from Stonewall Kitchen, dish towels, and Scrubsby's, and home decor. Be listening every Wednesday for a great deal, and check out their window to find out the answer to What's for Wednesday at Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique. Let's play the game, but before we do that, let's welcome our guest. Trish is here from Designs of Distinction. Good morning.
I am. How are you?
Well, we're
and we
good.
all got the memo. We're all wearing dark black or charcoal. Look
Yeah.
at that.
That's
Wow.
kind of weird, isn't it? Well, you look great as usual.
Thanks.
Brent and I, not so much, but that's the way it goes.
Oh, y'all always look good.
Don't want to.
We're not sure.
I
Dead
don't-
air space.
well, here's the thing. I was going to. It wouldn't be appropriate. No, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
No.
That's
My wife was
scary.
telling me about some dreams she had last night, and
Oh, poor Joan.
she didn't sleep at all, hardly.
Wow.
Had a lot of different issues she was
Battling.
battling, including. Well, I just can't say it out loud. I just can't. I can't do it.
Including where to hide the body when she kills him.
Yeah, maybe. I said, that dream indicates that you've been trying to leave me for years. Maybe she's working up to it. Wow. So, let's play the game.
Okay. Our topic for the questions this week has been, the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, as it occurred on April 14th, 1865. So here's your question for today. Who were the two other politicians who were also supposed to be assassinated at the same time as Lincoln?
It was kind of going to be a coup, but it didn't work out.
Yeah,
That's
who were
right.
the other two politicians who were also supposed to be assassinated? Your choices are Andrew Johnson and William Seward, Ulysses S. Grant and Andrew Johnson, Jefferson Davis and Robert E. Lee, or James Buchanan and John Henry? Who were the two other politicians who were also supposed to be assassinated at the same time as Lincoln? Again, your choices: Andrew Johnson and William Seward, Ulysses S. Grant and Andrew Johnson, Jefferson Davis and Robert E. Lee, or James Buchanan and John Henry. If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
KCNI, KBBN Radio.
Ben works at Runza, and he loves his teammates.
We got rock star Rachel, Johnny J-Town, and T-Money Terry in the house.
What's your nickname, Ben?
They call me Benst in the world.
Did you give yourself that?
Maybe.
Nickname or not, Runza makers stick together. Want to join the team? Apply today at runza.com/jobs or text Runza to 242424.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
That's probably...
That was a hard one.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
If we were just in history class yesterday, we might remember this. But do you have the answer, Brent?
I do have the answer, Dave.
Was A or D?
It was not D. It was A. Yes,
It was
you
A.
got it.
Cool.
Yeah, you got it, Trish. Andrew Johnson and William Seward was the correct answer.
Yeah.
So it's going to be...
It was the Seward that got me. For some reason, that rang a bell.
Yeah,
I don't know
maybe.
why, but
Yeah.
that one got me. I'm like, I think I remember him.
Yeah. So that was planned to assassinate all three.
Mm-hmm.
And they unfortunately got one president. So thank you. Thank you very much,
Yes,
Brent. And
that was good.
You're welcome very much.
Hold
Thank
it.
you, Joan Burney. She's the one that provides the
I know.
questions.
She's-
Yeah. Yeah, and she would know that because she's a history buff. Let me just try this on you guys. You ready?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Let me just give it a try. You ready? Because it was kind of about having, it was talking about having dreams and so forth.
Uh-oh.
Or if you're doing a task like following the light, they say, good, perfect, very good, that's great, good.
Yeah, that's a sample.
Of what? Somebody whispering?
No, it's International ASMR Day. And this is actually something that takes place, you guys. There's people that make money off this.
What do we make money doing?
Well, ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Metering Response. And what it means is a satisfying sound that gives you tingles. It's big business on YouTube.
Okay.
People actually pay to listen to scrunching up tinfoil and crunching potato chips or tapping their fingernails on a box of Frosted Flakes.
Oh, no. The
Yeah.
tapping of fingernails has... No, I can't. I run down Facebook and all of a sudden somebody's doing this on a box or like you're supposed to watch them because they're tapping their fingernails and going like this. And I'm like, no, I can't.
Well, I know. But what about stretching material over foam? What would that be like for people?
Oh, Lordy, help me. It's always fun and satisfying when it fits in there.
Yes.
Just right.
Well, Trace, I don't know if you know this or not, moving from the sounds and how it affects our senses.
Yes.
Some of us have dreams of doing things like upholstering a cushion or creating a beautiful room, maybe even going as far as doing a little carpentry and refreshing things and making things look better. And we get out the tools. We probably don't have all the necessary ones, but we can go ahead and build this, make this. And it turns into a disaster. And
Yeah, I've seen some of those lately.
have you?
yeah.
You have in your mind what it's going to look like, and
Yeah.
it doesn't come out like that at all. And you start making concessions along the way, whatever the project is. When
Yeah.
you don't know exactly what you're doing, you go, well,
They had a show on TV like that. It's called Nailed It.
Oh,
which meant,
really?
Yeah, it was close, but not even close. The idea started.
Yes.
And then it went terribly wrong.
Well, what I'm getting at here is curtains are one of those things that people think, I can do that. I can put a curtain on that window.
Sure.
And they can.
They can.
Will it be straight? Probably not. Will the curtains work correctly? Maybe. Will it be the right curtain for the right window? Will it make the room look better? Probably not. They need you. They need designs of distinction.
Well, no, and some people do a really good job with it.
Some do.
I mean, there are those people that can do that.
But the percentage, even if it's 50-50, it's not worth it because you're going to spend all that money and time and then probably have to call a professional. And it's amazing to me that we have someone like you in a community this size. Now, I know you travel to Kearney and everywhere else because people have gotten word about the good work that you do, but we're lucky to have somebody here in this area that can fix up things and make them look nice, windows and cushions and that sort of thing.
It's fun. And you say I go anywhere. Today I'm going to Brewster and then out to in between Burwell and Taylor, closer to Burwell. So that's where I'll be out and about today. But
it's an example.
Yeah. And, a lady came in yesterday, and I actually went to her house yesterday, and, so it was things work and waiting on some shades to get delivered to install in Cozad. So I'm all over the place.
You are all over, but here's one consistent thing. When you deal with designs of distinction with Trish, you're going to find a new friend. And successful businesses who have clients and they become friends are successful because of that very fact. And,
it is.
And you just go around and you do things. You give a free estimate, you visit, you look over the room, you measure, you do all those sorts of things. But most importantly, they have confidence that you're going to treat them right, like a friend. And usually, I think you usually make friends.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. It just works that way, and it's kind of fun to get to know people, and sometimes you can keep up with them, and other times it's 6 months later and you see them walk in the furniture store, and it's like, hey, how are you?
Yeah, well, that's great. That's great.
But we have a lot of fun, and it's good. There's a lot of things out there. It's, you hear. I had one lady tell me, went on a bus trip to Sioux Falls on a quilting thing, which was a lot of fun.
Bet.
But on the bus trip, I met this lady that lived in Hastings, I want to say, and she said she had somebody come in and gave her one option for windows. And I'm like, what do you mean? She said, roller shades. I'm like, okay, how about cellular shades and wood blinds and zebra shades and and she's like, no, roller shades, that was it. I'm like, well, call me, I'll come down and we'll look. But I was shocked. It was like, and that's, I think, part of the industry problem is that somebody walks in and gets it in their head what somebody, quote, needs. And it's not. It's not your home. You're not going to walk into that house every day. So if somebody likes wood blinds, and in your mind you can see roller shades or a zebra shade or whatever going in that window, you can show them, all of it. But ultimately, it's the homeowner's decision of what they're going to put in there. I mean, if somebody says, I don't have a clue, then that's great. That gives me, an open door to say, how about this? Or did you think about that? And, that's where I come into play. But, I love it when somebody has, they know exactly what they want. Now, if we can get it, that's another story.
Yeah.
I mean, dealing with things that J.C. Penney sold 20 years ago, I can't, and I'm looking at it seeing all these cords hanging all over the place going, A, I wouldn't, and B, I can't, so you got to think what's going to fulfill that, that want that just isn't possible anymore, so that's the fun part of what I do. But, again, the homeowner is going to walk through their doors every day, so they've got to be happy with it. Yeah.
Now, I do have an idea, Trish, and I know sometimes you reject my ideas. I don't understand why, but oftentimes you kind of give me a funny look. But we have had you do several projects at our house, and we're happy with all of them. And Joan wanted the wood blinds in the living room, and they fit the room real nice, and
they do.
We really enjoy them. Now, if you could offer, with purchase, 2 years of dusting.
Yeah, not happening. I can give you ideas on how to dust them.
Okay.
And I myself, since I do have wood blinds and I live right down the block from you, I love my vacuum cleaner attachment.
That's how you do it?
It's great.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I do get crazy every once in a while, like in my kitchen shade, and I physically lift and remove every slat and wash it down and put it back in.
Wow.
Which you can do.
Which you can do on yours and mine.
Right.
Unfortunately, the new wood blinds that have come back out because of the cordless thing that we've got going on, now we have the route holes in them again. So there's cords going through them, where the ones that you got and that I have, there's no cords, so you can physically lift that slat out.
Well, that's a good example of a conversation that you could have with, say, I like wood blinds, and I want to have that style in my kitchen, and then you, because you have the experience yourself of all these years of doing this, say, well, they're going to need to be washed more in the kitchen than they will in the living room, because you're going to be frying things and you're going to have, the cooking going on.
Well, and then that's normally the place I would suggest either a faux wood blind or even in the bathroom, put a faux wood blind in there, or, look at some of the solar screens.
Yeah. Because
that material is, fiberglass, vinyl, nylon. It's not going to hold stains, and most of them you can wipe down with 409 or Windex or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot more durable fabric wise in a kitchen.
I've always felt we're compatible, Trish, because I'm a very strong believer in 409 myself.
That's what I grew up with.
Me too.
And I'm sure it's loaded with chemicals that probably aren't good for you, but yeah, it was something my dad just thought could fix everything. It was like duct tape.
Yeah. I thought Mr. Clean was pretty good, but then I switched over to 409.
Yeah, 409. And then, see, now I'm at Simple Green.
Yeah, that's what
I'm changing.
But those are conversations I know we're kidding around, but
no,
depending on what kind of shade you have and how you want to maintain them and keep them clean, there's probably better ways of doing it than others, depending on the product.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like Brent, and his new recliner.
Yeah,
we had this conversation too. Yes. It's like I didn't know whether to call him Brett or Brent when I first started, being around Brent.
Yeah.
And we had that conversation, but it's like his new recliner. It's start with water. Distilled is better. If you have a water softener, it can make rings on a darker fabric. So, you start with just a damp towel and wipe it off and see if that works. And if not, you need to use clear, real mild, either like even Woolite or a clear dishwashing or a clear laundry detergent on a, nice white, clean cloth. So you're not transferring colors, because colors transfer. Look at your jeans. If you sit on, a leather car seat, you can actually see a transfer of color. So it's just something to
keep in mind.
Yeah.
Keep in mind. And also with where we started, pulling fabric over foam. You do small pieces.
Yep.
And cushions and that sort of thing.
And I've got a lot of that going on.
Do
It's
you?
been, I have a lot of chairs, a lot of glider rocker cushions.
Yeah.
Because you can't buy the glider rockers anymore.
Right.
And
you
they withstand the test of time. They're out there, and they're not. I mean, your grandmother had one. Your, mother had one, and now there's, everybody kind of wants to keep them, especially in nurseries. So
Yeah.
I do a lot of cushions for those. Update them and get rid of all the quilting and.
Yeah. Why did they get rid of them? I know I actually did. Mom has one. And I did actually cut my finger because I was going back and forth, and I reached underneath there, and the mechanism actually
Yeah, gotcha.
cut my finger. Is that why they don't have them anymore?
I don't think so. I mean, I guess there's a liability there somewhere, but, how many generations have had those things?
Yeah.
And, there's not a ton of kids laying that got hurt that I know of. I'm sure it could happen, though.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, it's,
All right. Well,
yeah.
folks, the best way to reach Trish is by the phone because she's going all these different places.
Yes.
So-
And, as much as a lot of times I go in at night and work to get stuff done that I need to get done in the shop. So the best way is my phone, text, call. If I can't answer, leave a message. But it's 308-870-3677.
3677, folks.
Yep.
Write that down. And if you're thinking about improving your windows or maybe repairing a cushion or something, Designs of Distinction, now located in Broken Bow Flooring.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thanks, neighbor.
Thanks.
How's things
Both
in your
of you
neighborhood? I mean, you're down the
neighbors.
street from me a little bit. Are everybody abiding the neighborhood rules there?
Well, looks like we're going to either have another rental house behind you, or they'll sell it. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's being kind of fixed up and renovated a little bit. So that's going on, and that's a good thing.
Yeah,
And,
very good thing.
other than that, it's dogs.
Yeah,
Dogs and more dogs.
lots of dogs.
Yeah.
I wonder when people decided they all needed more than one dog.
I don't know, but I wish they'd take care of said dogs. That's
I'm with
it.
you.
That's all I'm saying. I'm going to be good.
I am too, but I will say this honestly: if you take a walk and go any direction, any neighborhood, when you hear the barking of dogs, even from a house, they know when you're walking down the street. There's more than one dog in there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
about, sometimes 2 and 3, maybe 4 dogs in those houses.
I was at a house yesterday in Broken Bow, and there's probably 4 or 6 in the backyard. Not a good-looking backyard.
I bet not. I guess if you
So
one,
I have issues with that.
I hear you. We'll talk about that some other time.
Okay.
We'll take a time out, and then we'll catch up on some news. Thanks, Trish. Appreciate it very much.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show
My day starts right.
with Dave and Brent.
The 4-H and FFA programs were that foundation set for me to compete and get better all the time.
I was also introduced to topics like entrepreneurship and record keeping. All of those experiences grow lots of possibilities.
If you believe in developing the next generation, these programs are developing leaders for our community and our state.
Choice gas election has begun. Call 877-274-5710 by April 23rd to make your choice. Constellation is proud to support Nebraska 4-H and FFA.
At Gothenburg Health, we understand that women's health is personal. That's why our clinic and specialty clinic offers comprehensive family practice, obstetric services, and an OBGYN specialist to support you in every stage of a woman's life. From routine exams and prenatal care to specialized treatments, our experienced providers and specialists are here to guide and care for you with the sensitivity you deserve. Schedule your appointment today and experience the difference. Gothenburg Health Clinic and Specialty Clinic, helping people live their best lives.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. China hits back at President Trump's new trade tariffs with 48
and make that 84% taxes on U.S. goods. CBS's Vicki Barker.
Beijing had vowed not to back down against President Trump's 104% tariffs, but a foreign ministry spokesman also suggested earlier China would still be open to what he called respectful dialogue.
Measles cases in the U.S. now top 600, and Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a vaccine skeptic, tells CBS's Dr. Don LaPook people should get shots if they want to.
Our purpose is not to reduce any level of scientific research that's important.
Loved ones still holding out hope as the death toll rises to at least 113 and the nightclub roof collapse in the Dominican Republic.
We don't really have any information. We know she was there with a co-worker, and none of the group has shown up yet. Their names have not appeared in the lists. We have faith that she will appear.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Everything that you'd ever seen with Miranda Lambert on it, I have my finger on the pulse of what it is. Idlewind, I've seen every article of clothing. I've spent hours and hours sending inspirations. I've sent clothes that I love and fabrics, and I'm involved in every single garment that you see. It's important to me that it is an extension of my music, and it's an extension of who I am. I always want it to stay as honest as my music. Idlewind at Boot Barn.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by NCN, firefighters from across the southern Nebraska Panhandle battled a rugged grass fire in the Hackberry area of Banner County Monday afternoon that scorched nearly 20 acres. The fire was first reported around 12:50 p.m., prompting the Banner County Volunteer Fire and Rescue to respond and request immediate mutual aid from Potter and Bridgeport departments. Upon arrival, crews found active flames and in trees torching in difficult terrain. Additional support was called in from Bayard, Miniature, and Scottsbluff Rural to help contain the blaze. A perimeter was quickly established and mop-up efforts were launched to douse hot spots and prevent reignition. The fire, which straddled the Morrill County line, was fully contained and all units returned to the station by 8 p.m. No injuries were reported. The response also included assistance from the Banner County Sheriff's Office for traffic control, support from local landowners, and morale boost courtesy of Domino's and Scottsbluff, which provided supper for the crews. The fire comes as a National Weather Service issued a fire weather watch for Tuesday across much of the Panhandle, including Banner County. Forecasters warn of gusty west winds exceeding 40 miles per hour, low humidity between 15 to 20%, and dry conditions that continue to result in rapidly spreading fires. Officials urge residents to avoid outdoor burning and stay alert for potential red flag warnings. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Baseball's late-night game at Seattle went 12 innings. Houston beat the Mariners 2-1. Victories for Cincinnati and the A's. Arizona over Baltimore 4-3. The Cubs have won 7 of their last 8. Chicago defeated Texas 10-6 with 4 unearned runs in the bottom of the 8th. Atlanta over Philadelphia 7-5. Washington an 8-2 winner against the Dodgers, who've lost 4 of 5. The Mets won their 6th straight. White Sox lost their 6th in a row. The NBA regular season ends this Sunday. The Denver Nuggets fired coach Michael Malone. The Clippers won their 5th game in a row. Indiana won its 5th straight. And Milwaukee was down early 4th quarter by 24 points, but came back for a 5th straight win, beating Minnesota 110-103. Oklahoma City got 42 points from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in a win against the Lakers. Boston won in overtime at New York. Hockey victories for Vancouver and Colorado.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Slight chance of rain showers today, otherwise mainly clear skies. Highs level off around 70. Winds out of the northwest 10 to 20 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows dip down to about 39. High temperatures reach up to 66. Tomorrow, ample sunshine expected. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Lines Appliance in Broken Bow prides themselves on being a local connection to the very latest in appliance technology. They also have some of the best grills on the market and the best looking TVs too. Visit Lines Appliance in Broken Bow.
It is 8:06. Let's go outside with Jack Simpson and find out what it really feels like. Jack?
Well, good morning. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the grass is turning green and green more days by day. Quite a few traffic going by. 43 degrees outside, sunny skies, as I said. Winds out of the northwest from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure at 29.96 with humidity at 81%. No rain in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month will stay 6,400s. High yesterday of 75, overnight low of 44. Sunrise today was at 7:07, sunset today 8:12.
All right, Jack, thank you so much. And I just want to tell you this morning that appreciate you coming to work, because it sounds like the old allergies are getting the best of you. And yesterday, there was a lot of dirt in the air, and I think it hit a lot of us. And, of course, the bloom is going on, so
yeah,
it's not easy reading a 2-minute story when you can't breathe. So
yeah, no, it's not the easiest. So
thank you, Jack.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, allergies are in full bloom. No doubt about that.
Man, are they ever.
Wow, man. Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll find out what we're going to do. That's the way it works here.
That sounds good.
I think we have a guest. Oh, Stuart Fox is here.
Hey, all right.
From the Fox Theaters. So a quick break, and we'll get Stuart in here. That's what we're going to do next here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Moline Seed and Fence was founded by the Moline family in 2014 southwest of Callaway with a simple concept: to serve farmers and ranchers by providing quality fencing and livestock supplies. They continue to meet the demands of all livestock producers, providing watering and fencing products of all kinds, from barbed wire to hedge posts, creosote post pipes, and panels. Give Moline Seed and Fence a call and have their team help you lay out your next project. Call 308-529-0781 or visit them on their web at molineseedandfence.com. 8:08, Stuart Fox is here from Fox Theaters. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good to have you in. You're looking bright and cheery today, and the weather kind of helps with that as well, doesn't it?
It does. It helps a lot.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned golf league tonight.
It is. Be a nice night for it.
Yeah. You want to talk handicap or anything like that?
I have a major handicap, but
I'll tell you a true story. We were overseas, and we had a chance to. It was in Ireland. We had a chance to golf this little 9-hole course, and we walked to it, and we started playing. And this Irishman, real nice guy, comes up and says, "You want to? I'll take you, since you haven't played this course before. I'll go with you, and we'll play the course." Well, that's great. We'll make a new friend. And so he asked me what my handicap was, and I told him for 9 holes, because that's usually what you base it on around here.
Yeah.
And he golfed with us for, I think, 3-4 holes and said, "Oh, there's my friends over there."
They ditched you.
I'm going to go golf with them, because I believe he thought my handicap, I told him, was for 18 holes.
Yeah. That happens.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's getting out and having some fun.
That's right. It's always a good time.
Just like the movie theaters, getting out, changing pace, getting away from that living room TV and having some popcorn and having some fun.
That's right. You can't recreate that experience at home. I'm actually just fresh back from Las Vegas. I went out to CinemaCon. That was held all last week in Las Vegas. Been first time in 10 years that I went to it, and I'm glad I did. It was it's exciting. It's looking good. You know, we had a slow first quarter. You know, and it always, when it gets slow, you always think, "Oh my gosh, is it ever going to pick up?"
Yeah.
And then last weekend happened. I don't know if you paid attention, but the new Minecraft movie came out. Nationally, they were thinking it would do $75-80 million, and I think it did $155 million.
Wow.
And our theaters were no exception. They were all sold out Friday night, and pretty much capacity Saturday and Sunday. So it was pretty incredible. So much needed shot in the arm, and after being out in at CinemaCon, we got to see all the studios, the content that they've got coming the rest of this year, next year. Things are looking bright for the movie business. So
Good. That's good. It's really got to be kind of a mind bender for you, because it does sometimes depend on the movies that are being released.
Yeah.
Makes a huge difference.
Yeah, our industry is very unique from that aspect. We're completely dependent upon someone else.
Yeah.
It's not like a restaurant where, you're preparing the product. We get to serve the product that is given to us. The only thing we can control is, the comfort, the popcorn, those things, the sound, the projection quality. We can't do anything else about the product that's being prepared to us, but it's looking good. We've got, like I say, Minecraft will be here for probably a couple more weeks. It's awesome to see the theater full again. Got a couple more movies coming this week that look really good. I talked to a lot of people, and they're like, well, there just haven't been any good movies. Well, I watched a trailer this morning on one that I think, for me anyways, is like, okay, I got to see that one. It's called The Amateur, and it stars Rami Malek, from what movie was he?
Well, he played Freddie Mercury.
There you go. That's what I was going for. Yes.
And on the story of Queen, that's probably his most
Bohemian
well-known.
Rhapsody. There we go. Yeah. So he stars in that one, and he's like an analyst or coder or something for the CIA, and his wife gets killed. And it's kind of basically a story of how he takes matters into his own hands and gets vengeance for his wife.
They featured him this past Sunday on the Sunday morning CBS show, and they showed some clips of that. It looks really, really good.
And what I'm excited is it's PG-13. Because one of the things we get frustrated with is they give us a lot of PG product and a lot of R-rated product. And really and truly, we like the PG-13. That's more of our wheelhouse. That's what people in this area like to see. So that one looks really good. So, jump onto the website, jump onto the app. You can click on the poster and watch the trailer there. And then the other one that comes this week is King of Kings, which is the story of the greatest story ever told, and it's told by Charles Dickens to his son. It looks good. It's produced by Angel Studios. Angel Studios, a newer studio that has come out in just the last few years and has really grown and provided a lot of faith-based product to the theaters, which is very popular in our theaters. So,
yeah, and your job also is a little tough, but I think you've been at this long enough to know the types of films you would like to have. The religious-based ones are always very popular. PG-13s, you don't get enough of those.
Right.
And you've probably had some home runs and some strikeouts too on dabbling on what people like. But by now, I would think you pretty well know it.
You'd think, but you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna get, because like they said, Minecraft did double what they predicted nationally. Friday night, though, we could tell because I got back into North Platte, landed at the airport, and I think we were already sold out in Central City, and we knew we were going to have pretty large crowds in Broken Bow and Cozad, and we end up selling out there. And once I saw that, I was like, okay, this is a big movie. So, and we had prom this weekend, and so they had the B team down there working, so I had to go down and help this weekend, but it was fun to see people, and a lot of people that came in the afternoon came back that evening. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was pretty cool. That's really
good.
neat.
That's pretty good. Well, I know that you'd like to have it full every night or every weekend, but you also have an opportunity for folks to have parties or business meetings there on nights that aren't full. You have 3 theaters, so you're pretty flexible.
Yeah, we do. So there's a lot of opportunities to rent the theater. We are coming up towards the end of the school year, and we do have a lot of schools that bring their kids to the theater, kind of a reward for the kids. And so I know we always have about every school it seems like about every school in the county comes to Broken Bow, and we get a bunch in Cozad, a bunch in Central City. So that's always fun. Good time for the kids. Sometimes those are the only experiences the kids get in a movie theater.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Yeah. All right, Brett, do you have any other questions? You're the movie guy.
No, I don't know. I mean, you've touched on everything that is coming up and is showing. I guess some big ones coming up yet this summer. Thunderbolts will be coming out.
Yeah.
And they, I think they've released the latest trailer on Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible is coming.
Yeah.
Right?
I got to see Tom Cruise. I didn't get to talk to him, but so the studios all bring all their stars out and they introduce their product and stuff. And so Tom Cruise was there, and I think we were in about the 5th row.
Wow,
and
cool.
So Tom was there, and got to see Scarlett Johansson, got to see Chris Pratt. I think Chris Hemsworth was there. I mean, I couldn't name all the people that were there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. But we did get to see. They are redoing How to Train Your Dragon. If you remember, that was a big animated film. They're releasing that. It's a live action. And I was going into it, and they screened that to us. We were the first ones to get to see the final product. And I was like, do they really need to do that? Do they really need to make the live action? Well, then I watched it. It's amazing. Oh, my gosh. They did an amazing job. It was incredible.
Oh, that's got to have been a good time to, after you said 10 years since you were there last, to see these artists up kind of close. And kind of neat.
Yeah, it was fun. Got to meet with some of the studios, and because we do negotiate, to bring their product in, and so that was nice to be able to meet with some of the representatives from the studios too. So it was a good trip. It was exhausting though.
Well, traveling and trying to squeeze everything in, I'm sure that was a test. Now, one last question. I've got to ask you. Of course, you knew that the Huskers won the tournament at Vegas.
I just happened to have went to a couple of those games while I was out there.
I wondered about that.
Yes.
That was a question. The second question is Kent Pavelka, at the beginning, listening to him on the radio, doesn't care for Las Vegas. But I wondered if you happened to see him.
I didn't see him, but the crowd, well, he was across the way. But the crowd was actually chanting for him. I don't know if it was his birthday or what it was, but they were actually chanting for him. The only people there were Husker fans. It was incredible. I went to the Monday game and the Wednesday game. The Wednesday game we played Georgetown, and they're kind of pumping the crowd up, and they're like, "All right, Georgetown, let us hear it." Crickets. I was like, I don't know, do they have anybody in the gym? And then they asked for the Huskers. Of course, it was a big roar, and it wasn't like there was tons of people there, but we were definitely well represented, and it just worked out in my schedule with the convention that I was able to get away, and it was awesome.
I bet it was.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And I'm pretty sure that after the run that Nebraska had there, that Kent Pavelka probably does now like Las Vegas.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
So, and you guys are probably aware. I give a shout out, to Broken Bow product, Paid in Borders. He is with the team there, and he got elevated, I think, to a bench coach for those 2 games, or for the whole trip out there. And so that was pretty incredible. That's really cool.
That's very cool. And you caught a few glimpses of him on the TV broadcast, if you watched, talking with some of the players during the game, and I thought, that makes us all pretty proud.
Yeah.
So,
and if you'd watched real close, I was on there too, because I was in the first row. So there, like I said, it wasn't that packed, but I was in the first row on the first game, so that was pretty cool.
Well, we listened to the radio part of the time and TV the other, and if we would have known you were there and looked for you, we might have spotted you.
You might have.
Well, we're glad you took the trip and brought back some ideas and information about movies for the Fox Theater.
It's got us excited. So
yeah. So you probably mentioned it, but how long is the movie that packed the place going to be here?
Minecraft will probably be here at least another 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
So
okay.
For 2 weekends for sure.
All right.
So beyond that, who knows?
Yeah, for you folks that haven't been, or maybe you want to go back, you have the next couple weekends to do that. Thanks, Stuart.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. We'll take a time out with these words on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
I love the morning show.
Wake up with us. We sound way better than this. KCNI KBBN Radio.
With offices in Broken Bow and Callaway, Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency is here for the area. This is Chip, and I invite you into the Broken Bow office Tuesday, Wednesdays, or Thursdays to speak with me about getting the coverage that fits you and your situation best. If Callaway is more convenient, Liana and Lori are in the office there Monday through Friday. 2 locations serving central Nebraska and beyond. Thanks for choosing Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency.
If you're carrying it, Varney Pharmacy has something to put it in. Go browse their great selection of new purses, wallets, and even the clear bags you need for a sporting event or concert. From gold or white to brown or red, the color to fit your personality is at Varney Pharmacy. Plus, choices include traditional over-the-shoulder or crossbody style. Or, for traveling light, go with a wrist strap. Visit Varney Pharmacy, downtown Broken Bow, for purses, wallets, clear bags, and more.
Remember the time you used to spend fighting weeds and bugs? Now you can spend that time elsewhere because aerial application is your best advantage against these problems. Let Aero Aviation take control.
When you need a helping hand to get the most from your land, Aero Aviation, let us take control.
For over 50 years, Aero Aviation has been serving the area. Contact Casey to schedule your aerial application this spring.
Dave and Brent with you here on The Breakfast Show on this wonderful Wednesday. A few things we want to cover. I'll be taking off here in just a little bit to go to Varney's and find out what's going on there. And I think they probably have Easter and graduation and those sorts of things on their minds. And we'll also ask, of course, what's the situation as far as people coming in for scripts and so forth, kind of give us an idea of how that flu thing's going on and maybe winding that down, hopefully. So that's coming up about a quarter till the hour. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. Circle V stitching post. All right. Velma continues to not settle for the ordinary, so you shouldn't either. Why not get something truly unique at the Circle V stitching post? Velma brings you ideas for top quality custom embroidery. You want your farm name or your brand on apparel, she can do that. Also, maybe it's school swag you want, whatever it is, Velma can get it, or she's got it. She's got shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. Check out her selection of cowhide coasters, rugs, and table runners, personalized just for you. If you're looking for a unique baby gift, shower gift, wedding gift, or special occasion, Velma has great ideas, and she can create something unforgettable. It won't be like anybody else's gift that is given. And she can do that with afghans, aprons, personalized towels, and gifts for kids in sports. And don't forget, she carries top-quality leather jackets personalized to fit your student's style. Skip the hassle of online shopping. Get custom quality at great prices right here in Broken Bow. Call Velma today at 308-872-6173. Leave a message and she'll get back to you.
All right. Do you struggle with your hearing and or worry about missing out on conversations with family and friends at gatherings? Well, if so, we encourage you to stop in Nebraska Land Hearing Center, visit with our good friend Roxanne, offering extended discounts for new and returning patients for just staying local. And this is always a big one, pricing available to fit all budgets. So no need to travel outside the area anymore. Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow. So give her a call today to set up an appointment, 308-384-3852, 308-384-3852 is a number. You'll find their office in downtown Broken Bow in the Broken Bow Chamber Building.
Betty, I like to call her Betty Boop. When they first opened, they kind of went with that theme at the City Cafe when they took over, when Betty took over. And she continues to be one of the best cooks in town, and she is needing some help at the City Cafe. Diane is retiring after working there for 17 years, so they're looking for some dedicated servers to continue. If you are interested, the duties would include waiting and bussing tables, some cashiering. The hours would be 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., no weekends or evenings, so stop into the City Cafe and talk to Betty on the west side of the square in Broken Bow for an application and a conversation.
We'll stay on the job opportunity front and remind you that the Nebraska Department of Transportation has a great opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join their team in Broken Bow. At the NDOT, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training, career development, they have advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, offer work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package. To apply, you need to go online because an online state application must be completed. So go to this website, statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
Well, out in the country, you notice people when they're in your area. Maybe you're not used to having a particular vehicle around your place. That's okay. That's why you live in the country. You like the seclusion. But sometimes you need to kind of know ahead of time that there's going to be some workers in your area. And Custer Public Power would like to let you know that they are contracting with SBS Inspection to look over approximately 7,000 distribution poles and 30 transmission poles in the area. Now, customers in the area may notice the service vehicles of the contractors, including pickups or ATVs and pastures, ADN fields, as they treat and inspect poles, and they've been instructed to respect customer property, fences, and to reclose gates when they find them closed. This program has proven to help just keep maintenance up on those poles and also find the weak links in the district system, resulting in fewer outages. That's the whole idea. Testing will include poles out of the Anderson, Gates, Halsey, Safranic, and Weinman substations, and a few out of the Callaway and Oconto substations. Inspections will continue until completed after starting the second week of April. So things are getting underway, and they just want you to know they're going to be out there. I'm sure they're going to try to contact you and talk with you about that, of course. But if you're missed, just kind of look and you'll see the identification on the vehicles, and you'll know what they're up to.
All right. Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley has been hosting some hanging basket workshops recently, and they've got one more left. They're going to do one on Thursday evening, tomorrow, April 10th, at 7 p.m. If you'd like to get involved, you can text or call Chaz at 308-325-7070. I know there are limited spots, so give her a call and see if there might still be availability. Again, the number 308-325-7070. Each workshop is $45, and the information can also be found on their Facebook page. And we encourage you to follow them on Facebook because this is the time of year for Sun Valley Landscaping, and they are excited to announce that they'll be opening their greenhouse for the season on April the 14th. And that's KCNI, KBBN Radio, will be there that morning. So be listening on April the 14th when they open up the greenhouse at Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley.
All right. Thank you, Brent.
You're welcome, Dave.
I'm going to be heading out of here in a little bit, get set up at Varney Varney Pharmacy, I should say. So I pulled up some songs that are brand new. Some of the more recent songs that I have set up to start playing very soon, in a few days on KBBN. And I have them kind of pulled up and ready to go. But you play whatever you like while I'm gone musically.
Did you say that? Whatever
well, I mean, within
Seriously?
reason, not a 80s, please.
Oh.
There's already an 80s show coming up at the top of the hour. I mean, how much can we take?
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you this question because I'm not sure I've, over the years, pronounced Melissa Etheridge name correctly. That's how I pronounce it. It's spelled Etheridge. To me, that's Etheridge, but I've heard it pronounced differently. Which way do you pronounce it?
I guess I'm probably pretty similar.
Okay.
Melissa Etheridge.
You say Etheridge, but you don't use the R.
Yeah, I guess I don't. I guess I don't emphasize the second E there.
And I don't. Maybe I shouldn't.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I really don't know.
We could kind of do what we do in basketball when we're calling a game and we get a name that kind of surprises us and we haven't checked out ahead of time. We'll just we'll use them both.
Okay.
And then that way we got it right at least once.
Well, I'll have you outro this song then the way you want, and I'll intro it with the way I read it.
Hey, wonderful. There you go.
Melissa Etheridge. And she is diving into a little bit of blues. That doesn't mean she hasn't before. She's actually quite good at doing Janis Joplin songs. I've heard her do a melody of Janis Joplin songs, but this is a brand new one that I found on the blues chart, and it's a hot one. Get ready. It's kind of spicy for the breakfast show. Let's tell you that right now. It doesn't cuss or anything, but anyway.
Okay.
Here's Melissa with "I'm a Lover."
There was a time, a long time ago, baby, that you might have called me a tramp. Well, I ain't no tramp, honey. I'm a lover.
Cattle producers with quality feed, mineral, and salt products, and great service too. Evans Feed has a full line of feed products on hand. Bulk grain products, creep feed, and distiller's pellets too. They have a very complete line of horse, goat, sheep, pig, bird, and chicken feeds, and pet foods galore. Check out Evans Feed. They deliver great products to your farm or ranch. 800-830-2119. Give them a call. That's Evans Feed, locally owned and operated.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing the list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Burning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at burningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get you started. Burning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
If you love pink, they've got it at The Secret Garden, and you save 15% on all items with pink throughout the month of April. Now is the time to prepay for your plants, then pick them up in May. The pink sale includes plants and new inventory. Romans 15 verse 13 says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." Open Friday 11:30 to 4:30 and Saturday 8:30 to 4:30. Go west of Myrna on Highway 92 for 2 1/4 miles, then turn north to find the Secret Garden.
8:36 is the time. Dave is on his way to Varney Pharmacy, and we'll find out all of the things happening there here in just a moment as we continue on the show during this 8 o'clock hour. I want to take a moment and talk about a wonderful care facility here in Broken Bow, and that is Quality Senior Villages. Over 5 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's or dementia, and that number, unfortunately, is growing. And finding the right care, as we know, can be very overwhelming. Well, that's where Quality Senior Villages steps in. They provide compassionate, specialized memory care because your loved one deserves more than just a home. They deserve a family, and that's what you'll find at Quality Senior Villages. So to find out more, visit them in Broken Bow at their facility or go online. They do have a website. It's simply qualityseniorvillages.com. You can also call for more information. 872-6387 is their number, and you can also follow them on Facebook to find out more. Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow, where care meets compassion. A couple of community calendar notes to kind of remind you of here. Don't forget, coming up this weekend, they'll start collecting things for the annual rummage sale to support the Melham Medical Center Auxiliary. It is our annual rummage sale. And bundle days, this is where they collect your good used items to sell during the sale. And the bundle days this year will start on Sunday, April the 13th. That'll be from 1 to 5. And then on Monday, April 14th, they'll be collecting items from 8 until 6. Bring your good used items to donate to the Broken Bow Municipal Building on Sunday, April 13th from 1 to 5. And on Monday, April 14th from 8 until 6. And then they'll open up the sale on Tuesday, April 15th from 8 to 7. Sale day on Wednesday, April 16th from 8 to 7. And then the final day will be Thursday, April 17th from 8 until 1. The funds raised go toward scholarships for those wanting to enter the medical field, and they also go toward improvements to the Melham Medical Center. So obviously, the more they can collect, the more they get to donate. So we encourage you to shop the sale, but if you have good used items you'd like to donate, please bring them on Sunday, April 13th from 1 to 5, and on Monday from April 14th, on Monday, April 14th from 8 until 6. And then the sale days, as we mentioned, will be Tuesday the 15th through Thursday the 17th. They can always use volunteers. In visiting a few days ago with Auxiliary President Jan Doggett, she said the volunteers can really be used when they set up for the sale and then when they tear down at 1 o'clock on Thursday, April 17th. So if you'd like to volunteer your time, just get a hold of Jan, 308-870-0801, and I know that they'll find a spot for you, and they'll certainly appreciate your help. Also, the Knights of Columbus, boy, we've been enjoying their fish fries during the Lenten season, and they have one more planned, and that'll be coming up this Friday on April the 11th. They'll be serving at the Ansley Community Center, serving from 5:30 until 7 o'clock. As we mentioned, Dave is getting set up to visit with our friends at Varney Pharmacy, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, right before Dave left, you all heard it. He said it right on the air. Brent, when it comes to music, you can play whatever you want. That's what he said. So I'm going to. As many of you know, if you listen to me, you know I'm a Chris Ledoux fan. So we're going to play this one for you. This is the late Chris Ledoux with his son, Ned. One Hand in the Riggin' on KCNI and KBBN Radio.
I hope he
He
did
did?
hear it. Anyway,
Really
private joke. We're at Varney Pharmacy, and we're moving through the flu season, maybe getting out of it.
Maybe getting out of it. We're not seeing as much flu, or the pharmacy isn't seeing as much flu as they have been. But allergies, of course, are picking up. It's spring.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it's spring. It's so
It is
nice.
spring. But you look at the trees, and they're right on the verge of making leaves, and that means they're making pollen, and I think a lot of people are suffering from that. The wind was blowing yesterday, a lot of dirt in the air.
Yes.
And that doesn't help either, and who knows what else is blowing off the cedar trees and things.
Right. Yeah,
So,
because they'll really be pollinating before long.
yeah. So what do we have here at Varney Pharmacy that can help?
Well, nasal spray is always good for allergies, and nasal rinses. That will help. And then, of course, we have like the Sudafed that you can get at the pharmacy behind the counter. You would need your driver's license to get that one, and you're limited on how many you can get. But then we have the type on like Mucinex and that will help with your allergies as well. And like Claritin. We're not standing in front of it, Dave.
Well, let's go over it.
Let's go look.
Yeah, because this is one whole wall of different items that kind of address this and a few others that we're
Because we
talking
have
about.
like sinus congestion with the Sudafed, and then the Flonase nasal spray, Zyrtec, Zysol, Allegra, Benadryl, and of course we have the store brand too, which is the leader brand. It's the generic of the brand names. And then also a good thing, if you're sneezing a lot or blowing your nose a lot, we have the saline nasal spray that'll help keep your nose or nasal passages cleaned out and moisturized.
I think most of us notice this time of year, and maybe any time of the year, when you get up in the morning and you're washing your face and getting ready to go to work, you reach over and blow your nose and you go, geez.
Yes.
There's a lot of things in there you'd rather not have in there, and the nasal spray and the cleaners and so forth, probably a really good idea.
They really are. They are. They work well, and it's just nice to have it on hand.
Yeah.
So I'm congested today too. So
yeah, I think
excuse me
everybody
for that.
has a little touch of it or worse.
Yes.
So you can help here at Varney Pharmacy.
Yep, come in and we'll fix you up, and if you're getting prescriptions here, we'll make sure that to talk to the pharmacy about it so that nothing interferes with what you're prescribed.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's so important. And
It is.
I think most of us, Julie, are amazed, and I'm talking at this point in life, at this age, when you get up in the morning and you take your pills, how many you're taking. You're going, geez, I didn't even used to take an aspirin when I got up in the morning, and now I have a handful.
Yes.
So you need to keep track of those when you're buying over the counter.
Yes, you do. And something else I just noticed too that we carry that does help with allergies and colds. We do have the warm steam humidifiers and warm mist, and they're really nice. They're the Vicks, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different varieties.
Okay. And oftentimes you think about those kinds of things in the wintertime, but not anymore because of what we're talking about here.
Right, we're dry a lot. So, and I'm gonna get off the subject now.
Okay.
You think we covered enough of it, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're advertising purses on the radio right now, so I was just going to mention what we have left because advertising helps, guys. We've sold quite a few, but we have a few left here. We have like a really pretty, like rose gold metallic, and it has 3 zippers. It can be a crossbody or just a regular size. These are mostly all medium size bags. We have a beautiful kind of a camel color, and then I would say kind of a rusty brown, and then an off-white. And then we have a large dark brown, and then for a crossbody, kind of like a little backpack. It's a really pretty woven with a gold color. And then we do have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 wallets left.
And this little black
Oh,
one?
yes, this black one, we have one clear bag left. So if you're going to any kind of event that requires a clear bag, like your baseball games or a concert, we have one left.
Okay. So get them while they last, folks. And actually, the south door on Varney's is the most used door.
Yes.
And so when you walk in, take a little look to your left, and you'll see these
Yes.
nice purses here.
Purses are right here on display. We do have a few garden flags. I have some I'll be ordering this week, so they should be coming in probably 1 to 2 weeks. We have one mailbox cover that says Happy Easter, which will be here before we know it.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, and we brought in a couple weeks ago some popcorn.
Wow.
And it is so good. So 2 weeks ago I brought it in and I reordered and have more in today. So it's called Pop Culture, and when I order it, they make it when you order it. So it's really fresh. It's a totally women's owned company. It's a small company. Our customers have been very happy with it. We're happy with it. And there's some like savory in here, and we also have, of course, some sweet. And I'll just name off a few. We have like a loaded potato, ranch, wing night and ranch, salt and vinegar, dill pickle. And then I did also with this order, I brought in 3 that have chocolate in it. We have a chocolate strawberry, a turtle cheesecake,
oh boy,
and a chocolate drizzle. And then for the pretty bright colors, we have like a grape and vanilla, cherry cheesecake, caramel apple, the traditional cinnamon. And we just thought, I mean, they're good. It's a nice snack. And also with Easter coming up, it would make a nice little Easter basket to stick in there, a gift, or if you're going to somebody's house, you could put that out on the table. And
great idea. I've got a feeling, just a feeling that you skipped one because it might be your favorite, but I think a lot of people would go for this. Is this the reason you did not mention this, that you want to take it home for yourself, the extra buttery?
Well, no, the dill pickle.
Oh, you're after the dill pickle?
Yeah. And see, one of those sold
yesterday.
Oh, it's good.
Is it?
Yes, we did. That is the only one that I brought back in from our last order. We wanted to just they have several different flavors, so we wanted to kind of get everything out.
Oh, that's great.
And
again, easy to spot, but I'd get here sooner than later, too, because these are intriguing flavors here.
They are, and I don't think I would have enough time to get more in before Easter right now.
Okay, so get them while they last.
And what one would you like, Dave? What sounds good to you? Do you like popcorn?
I love popcorn. I'd probably just go with the extra buttery
Would
popcorn.
you?
Yeah. But the salt and vinegar, people love that combination. Mm-hmm. Ranch, is that like a ranch dressing?
Like the ranch
type?
dressing. Mm-hmm.
The loaded potato would be interesting.
And that's good. I've sampled that.
Have you?
What else?
Cherry cheesecake, got that sweet tooth?
Yeah, and it's sweet and it really tastes just like it states. Grape and vanilla, you're going to taste grape and you're going to taste vanilla. Now, we've sampled the cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. That was pretty good. The darker red is the Dr. Pepper, and then there's a red color in here, and that's the cherry, and then the white color is the vanilla.
And sea salt caramel looks pretty darn good, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, that would be good mixed with your buttery popcorn, I think.
Yeah, that would be. You could mix them together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to slip over here real quick and ask Deb a favor. Deb, could you do me a real big favor? Do you have a Kleenex there? Man, she had it right there. Thank you.
You're welcome. It is allergy season.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep. It's that time of the year.
Yeah,
It is.
apologies. Thank you, Deb.
You bet. And then, we're walking by the Warmies. I did make an order of Warmies. It shipped yesterday, so we'll have Warmies here for good Easter gifts or anytime. So they'll be coming in hopefully this week, maybe the beginning of next week.
To restock these, but
yes.
Right now you've got a nice selection, but there's more to
It's
come.
going to fill up. And then Montana Silversmith, that order came in yesterday. I think I might have ordered about 70 pieces. So I probably got about 20 of them put out yesterday, and I'll get the rest of them put out today. It makes a great gift for Easter, graduation, Mother's Day, or just because.
Well, and you have a nice variety here of different, necklaces and crosses are always big.
Yes.
They're very popular, but especially for Easter. So
Yes, and I brought in a lot of crosses, men's and women's, and even though some of them are geared a little bit more towards men, I have a lot of women buy the men's crosses for themselves.
Sure.
They're beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it always looks so nice in this display.
It's a good display.
Whoever put this together knows that the light really highlights the beauty of the jewelry. So
Yes.
it looks great.
And then we'll just mosey on over here to the cards.
Yes.
We do still have a good selection of the Easter cards. We have a few blank spots, but we have plenty left. And we also have a couple different, 3 different packets of, if you need several cards, there's packets of 6 and 8.
Okay.
And they average around $1 a card when you buy them that way. Otherwise, we have the religious ones for husband, sister, to anyone, to kids. And then we have the graduation cards are good, but people are coming in and getting them. But we have a good variety of graduation cards.
It looks like they're well stocked so
Yes.
far.
Yes.
So it looks like there's a couple of empty spots, but yeah, don't delay on the grad cards because that's gonna be something that everybody does kind of last minute. And if you're last minute, you're going to have some trouble. So come into Barney Pharmacy and get your cards now. Kids' birthdays, Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. And what I like, there's a few in here, and I like this, that they can be to a friend or to anyone. Say you have a sister or a good friend that you just want to acknowledge about how good of a mother they are. It's pretty nice. There's there is an actual one for sister, daughter, wife, friends, of course, grandmas from the kids.
And gosh, if you have a new mother that just had a little one, the mother card would really kind of hit the spot.
Oh,
it?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
All right. I'm looking here. See, we've got, where's my clock? Oh, we got about 4 minutes left, Julie.
Okay. We did have Baker's Chocolate come in, I think maybe it was last Friday, so we have a good variety of the Baker's Chocolate for any time, and of course Easter. And once again, that's made fresh when you order it. It's always good. That's a good chocolate.
All right. Man, I tell you, you're set up, ready to go. The card selection looks great. And also, looking back at the cards, you got one whole wall of birthdays.
Yes.
All different kinds of birthday cards. So
Yes,
got
it covers everybody, all ages, all relatives, anybody.
Yeah. All right. How about kids' toys? We haven't talked about them for a while.
Yes. And I try to make, as you're leaving, going out the south door, on your right-hand side, I've filled that all in with a lot of toys that I think would make go good in Easter baskets.
Yes.
So that's where I displayed that. There's, of course, the Nebo that kids like to play with. They're like a squeezing toy. Keeps them entertained. And then we have what's called the Littlest Pet Shop. And they're just like little funny-looking pets.
Those would look good in a basket, though.
Would they?
Yeah.
Because they're very bright and very colorful. And I have one that's out of the package so you can look at it. But they've been popular for a long time.
Yeah.
And I have one of this game left that is a lot of fun. It's called Canoodle, and it's a caboodle of brain-teasing puzzles. So it's fun. And it comes in a little case. So if you're going camping and
traveling,
you just have it. Yeah, traveling. You want to take it with you. When I first started working here, I had a young boy that loved to do magic tricks. So that's when I started buying magic card tricks, and it's called Magic Rabbit. So we've had those in here for a lot of years now. A lot of kids like that.
And again, great for an Easter basket. Now the harmonica, you give at your own risk.
Correct. Well, and then we also have a jaw harp.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Old time twang.
Yes.
So these are great little gifts for exactly what's coming up, Easter basket time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, and then the little Ty plush toys, they're a nice Easter gift too. We have them in all different sizes, like little ones on up to like pillow size.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a lot of fun.
Check those out. When you come in from the south, just take a quick look to your left. Probably going to see them easier when you're walking out, but just make time to come over to the west end of the store and take a look around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got some bigger things too, and of course over on the other wall you got some soft fuzzy things for them.
Yes, and I only have one jackalope left.
And that's all you have?
Yes.
It's getting dangerously low.
Yes.
And of course there's a dinosaur there.
Yeah.
And got a lot of good things here.
Thanks, Dave. It's fun.
Let's see. I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the explosion that is coming. And I know the news is not always friendly, but we have to talk facts here, so forgive me. But there's going to be a bug explosion here very soon. As soon as we warm up a little more and hopefully those rains will come, then we're going to be having mosquitoes and gnats and jiggers and all those sorts of things. And I know you guys always...
Right.
Jeez, so I didn't depress you there, Julie, but we can still have fun with the right...
the ticks I don't like.
Oh,
and
I didn't mention the
mosquitoes.
ticks.
Oh, yeah, and we do have the stuff for chigger bites. Let's see what we have over here. We have some spray, some skeeter spray. They will be coming out soon.
Yes, yes.
And the Itch X. See, now I'm starting to itch, Dave. Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
We have this Benadryl. It's a cream, so that's really nice. If you have a bite, you can put that on there. It helps relieve that. Then we have like the Benadryl, the little stick that you could carry with your purse, or
Yes.
It's real handy to keep in your vehicle or when you're going to your softball, baseball games. Those nice, fun outdoor events that are coming up.
Yep. I see a lot of people around town and around the area are prepping their campers, getting those cleaned up and ready to go and stocked up. And so if you need to restock your kits for bugs and for first aid,
Yes.
Barney's is a place to come.
Yes, we have we have everything you need here for your first aid kits. We have the Bactine spray, the Dermaplast. We have spray that has lanacane in it that it's going to take away the pain. We have all the Band-Aids, any kind of wraps. We have like the cold and hot wraps. We also have like a cold pack that you break open and it immediately gets cold.
Yeah.
And then we have the reusable ones.
Neosporin, which is important.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's all right here on the shelves, folks, to kind of check your kit out and then get restocked and ready to go, or if you're creating one for the first time.
And, Dave, that's a good idea. That always makes a really good graduation gift.
That is a
first
good
aid
gift.
kit. Yes, it really is. And just get the basic, simple things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm overtime now. I didn't realize I was
Well,
going
Hannah's
over.
not here. See, you don't get to feel her muscles
I know.
today.
Well, I was wondering, do you think Hannah has a 6-pack or a 12-pack?
Well, I think it might be in between. She's got an 8-pack.
It's got to be even. Oh, gosh. Well, I'm going to say hi to Marge, if that's all right.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Miss Shave,
Dave.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Good.
Good.
Would you sing the national anthem for us at this time?
Do you want me to give you the shortened version, or?
We should have did it at the beginning of the show.
Yes, we should have. It always is at the beginning of an event.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Next time.
Next time.
All right. Marge, good morning.
Good morning, David. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. I don't want to bother you. Looks like you're concentrating, but we were just kind of covering the transition from flu to allergies and how you guys are stocked up for that and ready to go.
Yes, we are.
Okay. How are you?
I'm well. I have no complaints.
I don't either.
Isn't that nice?
It is nice.
Given the fact that we're septuagenarians.
Oh, Marge. I love Marge. Julie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave.
We'll send it back to the studio.
All right. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Dave will be wondering all day now, what does septuagenarian mean? All right, I'm wondering it myself. 50 degrees currently in our studios. Beautiful sunny skies. We have news coming up next.
Love is in the air, but so are romance scams, where scammers online pretend to be your perfect match. Then they gain your trust and ask for money. They might claim to need help with an emergency, travel costs, or even investments. But the truth is, they are after your wallet, not your heart. Never send money or financial details to someone you haven't met in person. If in doubt, talk to your bank. Don't let a scam break your heart and your bank account. Stay smart, stay safe. This message brought to you by Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
At Team Physical Therapy, we offer extended hours 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and walk-ins are always welcome because we feel convenience couldn't be more important when it comes to your health. Even further, we can visit you in-home for physical therapy if you can't make it to our office. From pre- and post-pregnancy pain to dry needling and everything in between, call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or visit us at myteampt.com. It's your choice. Choose right. Choose Team Physical Therapy.
Get ready for something meaty this May. KCNI and KBBN are cooking up a giveaway you won't want to miss. There's a secret stash of sizzling prizes hidden in the airwaves, but only the bold will uncover them. Trust us, it's not just a steak dinner. This is a beefy surprise that will have you hooked. Stay tuned, stay hungry, and keep those ears sharp. May the beef be with you.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Both China and now the EU have announced retaliatory tariffs after President Trump's new trade tariffs took effect today. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
As soon as existing inventory is gobbled up, that's when we're going to start to see prices begin to rise.
Federal judge in New York hears arguments from the American Civil Liberties Union today on why the group believes Trump administration deportation flights should be banned. The ACLU's Lee Gallant.
We believe that the president has exceeded his authority under the Alien Enemies Act. We also believe that people are not getting proper notice to contest that they even fall within the proclamation because they're not gang members.
There are now more than 600 measles cases reported in 23 states. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a longtime vaccine skeptic, tells CBS's Dr. John LaPook.
My position is people should get the measles vaccine, but the government should not be mandated.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Transforming your land with a John Deere compact tractor is as easy as connect, latch, load, haul, spread. Cutting grass is as simple as roll, click, mow. Box blading is as effortless as hook, lock, grade. And backhoeing is as convenient as turn around, switch, dig. Because when you've got the versatility to tackle just about any job and dealer support in your own backyard, you just have to get in the seat. Find the right compact tractor for you at johndeere.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone! Come back! It's my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Baseball's late-night game at Seattle went 12 innings. Houston beat the Mariners 2-1. Victories for Cincinnati and the A's. Arizona over Baltimore 4-3. The Cubs have won 7 of their last 8. Chicago defeated Texas 10-6 with 4 unearned runs in the bottom of the 8th. Atlanta over Philadelphia 7-5. Washington an 8-2 winner against the Dodgers, who've lost 4 of 5. The Mets won their 6th straight. White Sox lost their 6th in a row. The NBA regular season ends this Sunday. The Denver Nuggets fired coach Michael Malone. The Clippers won their 5th game in a row. Indiana won its 5th straight. And Milwaukee was down early 4th quarter by 24 points, but came back for a 5th straight win, beating Minnesota 110-103. Oklahoma City got 42 points from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in a win against the Lakers. Boston won in overtime at New York. Hockey victories for Vancouver and Colorado.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Slight chance of rain showers. Today, otherwise mainly clear skies. Highs level off around 70. Winds out of the northwest 10 to 20 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies. Tonight, lows dip down to about 39. High temperatures reach up to 66. Tomorrow, ample sunshine expected. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Designed with pride, sold with integrity. That's Palmer Monument in Broken Bow. Their staff is trained to assist you in the decision-making process. You'll know you're getting a result built from the very best workmanship and the highest quality of materials at Palmer Monument, Broken Bow.
Hi, this is Andrew Mason. Normally I would say with Pearson PT, but that's no longer the case. We are now Rise Rehab and Performance. As you may have heard, Aaron Nelson and myself took over the clinic at the beginning of the year, and now we are moving forward with a new name. Again, it's Rise Rehab and Performance. Same location, same number, same awesome staff, and the same great care you've come to expect from us. That's Rise Rehab and Performance. Come see us for all your physical therapy needs, 872-5800.
10 past the hour, temperature now up to 50 degrees with sunshine. Winds are out of the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. The barometer 29.98 and the humidity 78%. Precipitation total for the month of April so far recorded here in our studios at 64/100ths of an inch. A nice day yesterday. 75 was the high, the low dropping to 44. Our sunset for this evening is set for 8:12. Appreciate folks commenting on our chat box through Facebook today. Steve Hornickel says, good morning. Steve, good morning to you. Juan has chimed in, says, good morning. It's good to listen to your radio program every morning. Appreciate that, Juan. Good to hear from you. And Sean Simpson has commented. He says, you can play Chris Ledoux all day long, Brent. Well, thank you, Sean. So let's continue as we enjoy those western skies on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
My Nashville friends, they think I'm strange to make my home out on the range. They think it's nothing but a God-forsaken land. Why don't you bring your guitar and family?
Oh, you can't go wrong with Chris Ledoux. Western Skies here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. And walking back into the studio at this very moment, ladies and gentlemen, say hello once again to David J. Burney. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning to all.
Good to see you, Dave.
Good to be alive. Good to be here.
Good report earlier today, by the way, at Varney's.
Very timely stocking of good products at Varney Pharmacy. Julie's done a good job there, and the pharmacy's percolating along, and Deb's taking care of the center where you go pay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that centerpiece there.
Yeah.
And, of course, she has all kinds of cards there for you. I would like to just remind our listeners out there, if you're coming in from somewhere else and listening to the radio, or if you live here in the area, Broken Bow, Nebraska, founded in Custer County many years ago when a postmaster found a broken bow not far from the post office. Anyway, if you are traveling through the center of Broken Bow, and that would be Highway 2, it's actually E Street, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah. It kind of throws you sometimes when you have those E Street addresses. But anyway, Highway 2 is, under construction. And I think everybody's getting along pretty well with the way they've designed things. The construction folks in the state and so forth are doing a great job of making it. So we're getting through quite nicely as looks like they're going to set it up so that we'll be driving on a 2-lane, and they'll be working on the other side of the street. And that's going to work out pretty good. I think where we have to be careful is when we make our turns.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially I think merging into traffic coming off the side streets.
Yes.
Because like you said, they've kind of, depending on where the barrels and stuff are and the way they're rerouting you, it can be, at least for me, a little confusing, especially if you're trying to make a left turn.
Left turns are tough.
Yeah.
And you just have to think about it a little bit. Just think about back when Highway 2 was only as wide as the 2-lane we're on now.
Yeah.
And when you came through town, you got to watch for that oncoming traffic to make that left turn. And you don't have turn lanes, of course. But it looks like, all in all, it's going pretty well. Trucks have slowed way down coming through, so that makes it a little easier. So that's one safety reminder. The other, as I walked up to the building here coming back from Varney's, I was surprised how windy it is already. And it is dry. I know we just got the 60 hundredths, and we were all thrilled about that, and it's great to get it. But that's not very much moisture so far in April. You need those April showers to bring those May flowers, and we've had just a start. So it was so dry before, we know that if the winds keep blowing, I think they'll be talking about red flags and fire danger again. So let's stay ahead of that.
Yeah, well said.
Thanks.
Can Jack hear us out there? Jack, can you hear us? Come on in. Come in here. I'm going to bring Jack in here for a moment.
All right.
I'm going to give him an opportunity to promote.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Yikes! Don't break the microphone there.
Yeah, no.
Or his leg.
Yeah, or his leg.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's get Jack on camera so everybody can see him there.
There he is.
A few. I don't know. This was a few days ago. Jack came up to me and said, "Hey, Brent, I have an idea for a public affairs program because this is, I believe, Autism Awareness Month."
Yep.
And I thought the idea of talking about the topic was a great idea for a public affairs show. So I just told Jack, I said, well, you know what? That's a great idea. Why don't you see if you can set up the interview and do the show? And so Jack did that, and I think that he's going to play back his interview today.
Yep,
on Public Affairs. So Jack, tell us a little bit about it and what'll be coming up on Public Affairs.
Well, yeah, you're right. It is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month, and I was thinking, growing up with it, why not do a program about it? So I visited with Sarah Waters from Lifehouse, and they are, the best way I can describe it is an autism therapy center type thing. So a little bit about it is they're basically working individualized, trying to, I guess the way I want to say it is help, not control, but help control, I guess. That's the best way I can
Mhm.
describe it, really. So, nope, that'll be on Public Affairs today. So,
All right. We'll encourage people to tune in and listen, and Public Affairs runs shortly after 10 o'clock,
Yep.
around 10:05 or so.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
a great idea. Jack?
Yes, Dave?
Is that one of those fancy Apple Watches?
No.
It's a big watch.
It is a big watch. It's off-brand Apple, I guess.
Oh.
But it's a smart watch.
It is a smart
It's
watch.
a smart
Oh,
watch.
smartwatch.
Yep.
And what's smart about it, Jack?
Things. I don't know.
kinds of things.
Does it alert you when your phone goes off? Is it connected to your phone?
It is connected to my phone, but I
Right.
don't have the alerts on it. So.
Oh.
But I can
Does it at least tell you the time?
It does tell me the
well,
time.
that's good.
9:19.
All right.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can see it pretty well. Is it in like a digital? It's not like a clock. Then it comes up with the digital
I
numbers.
believe you can actually put it in a log version too.
Oh, so you could have a
old file.
That one I would.
Yep.
That's Jack. That's the way I'd go. You know, a clock.
Yeah.
You know, a face of a clock. You know, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
You know, big hand, little hand.
Yep.
That's just wondered. It was a nice looking
Yeah.
watch.
It also tells me like how many hours of sleep I get and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Ah.
Yeah.
Does that is that something that is a good thing or a bad thing to know how many hours of sleep you get?
Sometimes it can be a bad thing. Other times it's a good thing.
If you got plenty of sleep, it's a good thing, right?
Yep.
Does it count your steps?
It does.
How many steps have you taken a day, Jack?
644, it says.
Wow, already.
It also tracks like your distance of steps, your heart rate. I have 8 hours of sleep apparently, so that's what it's saying.
That's
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got 600 some steps already. What'd you do? Go outside and walk around before you came in today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Do you have a goal as far as amount of steps per day? I know some people have a goal where they want to walk at least 10,000 steps or something.
See, in school and in college, I definitely had a goal, but right now, not really. I'd say maybe if I had a goal, 1,000 steps.
So really what you're saying is prior to becoming a radio announcer, you had a goal of amount of steps. But now that you're a radio announcer, the heck with that.
Basically, it was mainly in high school and college when I actually had the goal. So.
And I'm also guessing, Jack, that while you were in college, you probably had a goal of having an Apple Watch. But after getting into radio, you realized you had to have a generic brand.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, well said there, Mr. Bernie. All right. Okay, so Public Affairs with Jack as your host today. Tune in for that. And then, of course, Party Line, 10:30. How's that going? You've been doing Party Line for, a few months now.
Yeah.
8 months probably.
I think it's going good.
Good.
Every once in a while I'll get a hiccup, but it's part of radio, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I had a big hiccup yesterday, so I cannot say a thing.
Yeah, with Don McLean.
Yeah, don't reboot the computer while the song's playing and thinking it's in a CD player when it's not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Those things happen. But live radio is, I was going to say it's unforgiving, but it's forgiving here because people who listen understand we're just people.
Yep.
And we make mistakes.
Yep.
And that's the way you have to look at it when you make mistakes.
Yep.
I wonder how many steps I've gotten in today so far. 25 maybe?
I don't know. I get. I was actually talking to Kristen about this the other day. I asked her. I said, "Does anybody walk back and forth through the halls as much as me? Because I'll go to the studio, get to the studio, then realize I didn't have everything that I needed, like what I printed out to read or to record or whatever. So then I walk back to my desk, get it, come back. Then I'll forget something else." Walk back, come back. And she says, well, look at it this way, Brent. You're getting your steps in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I have a real quick question for you guys.
Yep.
I was going to bring it up the last couple of shows, but just kind of talking about walking to one end of the building to the other. We have the 2 bathrooms, and so you can take the long walk from the other side and use the back bathroom, or you can, use the one in the new addition. But I wonder if anybody out there can explain to us why, when the wind really blows,
I know where you're going with
The
this.
water wiggles in our toilets.
Yeah. I've noticed that
I don't
too.
know.
It's like the tide is coming in or something. The water actually moves back and forth with the wind. Now, it didn't do that before we put the addition on. I don't think the toilet in the back, the water moved when the wind blew. But somehow, I don't know what happened, but the water moves back and forth like you're panning for gold.
My apartment's the same way.
Is it really?
When it's a really windy day, it's wiggling back and forth. I'm like, what is going on?
The water in your toilet?
Yeah.
We ought to. You know what you ought to do? Do you have a bathtub or a shower?
I have a shower.
No bathtub.
But there is a bathtub in the. Oh, I'm trying to think.
You have a hot tub?
No, I wish. That would be awesome.
So, what I'm getting at is, if you have a bathtub, maybe we should, fill it up and see whether the water.
Yeah.
And if it did, you could get some toy boats.
I can
floating in the bathtub.
I mean, I can plug my sink.
Yeah, that's an idea. See if the water moves in your
I'll
sink.
have to do that. Yeah.
If it does, you might want to visit with them about. Where's the plumbing at? On the outside of the building?
So my question is, are we going to make that part of our current condition sheet when it comes to the wind?
Moving the water in our toilets because the wind is in excess of 15 miles an hour. I don't know.
Who knows? All right. Jack, thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
thanks,
thank you.
Jack.
All right. Jack will be taking over on KCNI Radio when we're done here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Now, you told me when you left that I could play whatever I wanted to play.
With the exception
Right?
of 80s music.
Because okay. Now, when you say 80s, you're kind of meaning on the rock and roll side, the pop 80s side, right?
Yeah.
80s country, am I okay with that?
Perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine?
And there's nothing. I
Right.
don't want to make enemies of people who like pop music from the 80s.
Yeah. And I do. I'll be honest.
I know.
Yes.
And I understand that there are people who love 80s music, pop
Yes.
80s music. I just think an hour a day of it solid is plenty enough. Now, do also note that in the show there's 80s music that they play that's not pop. It's more rock.
Absolutely.
You know, the Jackson Browns and Claptons and they were around in the 80s.
Sure.
But just, and I offended Julie. She likes Michael Jackson.
Oh, she does.
Yeah. I said I liked him all right until the monkey came along.
Well, this is not Michael Jackson. This is much different. But he's one of my favorites.
Oh, let me guess. Don Williams.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Hey, Don
Williams. Let's close out the show by listening to the radio.
No, I don't think so. I think it was a good show. Information, a little bit of music, great guests. Nothing left to do.
No? I guess we'll take off and get our steps in for the day.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I'll get up to maybe 200 today.
Yeah, there we go. How many steps does it take to just go get a cup of coffee and then go to your desk? I don't know. We'll find out.
Not very many.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Dave. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Talk to all of you tomorrow on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.